That is the best entrance. Wait.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Just in time to see Scott's washing in the background. And we were literally just talking about, hey, how does that work with like blurring it out? But it seems like it's blurred a little.
It's just the camera. It's a fixed focal point.
That is it. Yeah, I have a fixed focal point too, but I can kind of change it a little. You see here.
It's not autofocus.
Okay.
It's just fixed length. Yeah,
exactly. So welcome. Do you feel still at home at something called Hygraph, where you used to work when it was called Graph CMS? It's been a while,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, it was like where I started my content journey. My first YouTube video was connecting to the content API and using Gatsby. So that was a while back.
I remember being on your stream. I think was I on your stream? And yeah, I think you were showing us Graph CMS at that point, or it was a while back, like 2-3 years, I think.
Yeah.
Happy to have you back.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you.
Yeah. And so you are now into the Svelte world. And so before we talk about all the Svelte stuff, maybe you can, say your name the way it's meant to be pronounced and what you do. That's a good start, maybe.
Good. Okay. My name's Scott Spence. And I'm currently a team lead for a company called ExtendOps. We do business process outsourcing, which is like help desk for companies. And I think you mentioned, Tim, that it's all Svelte. It's a big Svelte monorepo. We've got 3 main apps, and we've got like several periphery ones as well, all built and maintained in SvelteKit. And I'm a team lead for one of the apps there.
And so you are really in the Svelte world. Like, I think most of your content that you make outside of work is all Svelte related, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Like we were just discussing earlier, if it's something I've worked out how to do for myself, then that gets put into a blog post somewhere.
Yeah. This is the way to go. When you learn something, write about it. And I think you have a lot of visitors on your blog. And so I imagine that blog is built in Svelte as well, or SvelteKit at least.
It is, yeah. I was thinking about Astro. I thought this morning about doing it in Astro. Yeah, but there's like pre-processor things like you need to do, and I haven't got time for stuff like that anymore.
No, there you go. You have a real job
if it's baked and I can use it, then I'll use it. But building stuff from scratch now is a bit time consuming for me.
Yeah, but I think today we will build some stuff from scratch though, and so there is Svelte 5 is coming out. But I'm not really in that world. So to me, it's like, okay, so it's not there. We don't use it. But you just gave me like a CLI thing I can paste in to get a specific version of this Svelte 5 that completely works, right? So what's happening in the Svelte world?
That's just for Tailwind. But yeah, the Svelte world, I mean, it's busy. There's a lot of stuff happening. I mean, the end of last year, I think, 14th of December, SvelteKit V2 was released to the world. And then earlier this year, earlier this month, I think, at Svelte Summit Spring, the release candidate for Svelte 5 was announced by Rich Harris. And I've been using it since the start of the year, maybe, Svelte 5.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff going on there. It's pretty cool.
Does it feel similar to Nux 3 when it just didn't work for like 6 months? Or is this a slightly different approach to a release?
It completely works. So if you are coming from Svelte 4 to a Svelte 5, like upgrading the project, the runes, which are like signal-based state.
Oh, that's my next question. You're going to have to explain what a rune is.
I'm going to struggle, to be honest with you. I use them, but actually explaining what it is, maybe.
But a rune is based on signals.
Yes, and that's about as deep as my knowledge goes on it.
Okay, now you're going to have to explain.
But a lot of projects are actually taking this on as well. So I think Solid, I think Svelte stole the idea from Solid. I think the original idea is in Backbone JS.
Backbone, really?
Yeah. So, that's my train of thought now, where I was going with that.
Well, we're talking about how Svelte 5 now works, and what those runes are, and how all that works.
Yeah, so if you upgrade a Svelte 4 project now with up to Svelte 5, then if you've got like existing components which are not using runes, they will still work in Svelte 5. Okay. It's only when you start, like, so if you want to use a state rune in a file, then you've opted into runes. So if you've got a lot of stuff in there, all of that needs to be converted over to use runes mode.
Yeah. Sure.
There's a migrate button on the Svelte 5 preview, which
if you want to share your screen, feel free, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get the URL for you, really.
Oh yeah, sure. I can put it in a banner here.
Just get this. So that is, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah,
that's the REPL, and then you can go to the docs from there as well.
I'll just share that for. Let me see.
But then,
so
light mode, beautiful. Yeah. So then you can see next to where it says runes.
Let's go. Here we go.
Next to where it says runes at the top there, under where it says work in progress, expect bugs, there's a migrate button as well. So if you put a Svelte 4 file in there, which uses reactivity, then it will convert it over to use runes for you.
And so this, so this seems to be super nicely tucked away. So is this using your runes, or is this the Svelte 4 one?
So this is using runes. So the dollar state, it's dollar state, dollar derived. That's the two I use. And there's also effect. And then if we go to the docs, we can see what else have we got here. Runes. State,
there's so much.
Derived, and effect. Is there another one I'm missing?
Yeah, so this feels relatively at home for me.
Props.
Coming from Vue.js and stuff like that, it feels very similar.
Yeah, maybe we should have looked at this before we started the stream.
No, that's fine. We're learning live. Like the thing is, I've done a stream like a while back when it was like, I think we did not even Svelte Kit, but like an older version of Svelte where none of this was there, and that felt good already though. And so this just makes it feel closer to home somehow. Lots of state stuff.
The state stuff now, because it works on signals, you can have state cross component boundaries. So if it is in, let's just look at this documentation here: rune snippets, event handlers, imports. Universal reactivity. So if you go to the universal reactivity bit on the side panel on the left there. And then here, this is saying you can move the function outside of your component here or page, and then you can actually put it into a .svelte.ts file. And that means you can use. So
it's basically just a kind of it's its own state that you can talk to from other places, essentially.
Yeah.
That's very.
So it's like superstores.
Because
like stores was like the go-to before.
But
now you use this .svelte.ts file, and you can use getters and setters in there.
It's very interesting. So you set this is basically just a little state management kind of thing just for this scope, and you can then put that anywhere.
Yep.
And so I imagine if you have that in multiple components, then when I click plus here, that component somewhere else would probably show that same state.
I presume too.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. Let's create a new component. So
you know what? We can do that in here actually.
Yeah.
Right? You want to do that in here?
So next to where it says counter.svelte, there's a plus button. Just create a new, give it a fancy name. Nice.
Okay, so I'm just going to copy this stuff.
Yeah.
So I need to import, of course, this thing. And then, do I create another counter or do I get the counter back somehow?
Let's just go back to the component. Let's just strip out the counter and then just put in the count. Take out the button as well, actually, just to see what the...
Yeah, I kind of just want to see, like, let's do this.
Yep.
I gotta love learning on a stream like this. Like, I just didn't even know what to paste in here. Do we need to do...
Oh, no, because there's no counter now. So we've got create counter.
We do need to do a create counter. Okay. Oh yeah, it actually, it really doesn't know what this thing is now. Okay.
Count.
Is there a save button somewhere here? Because otherwise it just wants me to do this.
No, it should just auto save. I don't think there's a prettier.
We do have to load that component here, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So
that would help. Yeah.
Do I do an import?
Yeah. Import Scott.svelte. I mean, you can name it whatever you want, but yeah. From.
So it's Scott.svelte?
Sorry, import Scott from Scott.svelte.
Yeah, all right. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
It's not super happy anymore, but now we should be able to do this, right? Oh, it might want...
we treated HTML and this begins with uppercase. So just rename the import to capital S.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, otherwise it's just... Okay, then we have to do this. Oh.
There you go.
Okay, not yet. Oh, this is my Grammarly. Stop it. We don't want Grammarly here. Can I just turn that off right now? How would that work? Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, just remove it. Okay.
Yeah, we're on a live stream. Come on. I don't want to spend like precious minutes. I'll put it back. That's fine.
Okay, so I'm thinking that if we go back to, counter.svelte there, that's actually using the increment as well, isn't it? So
yes.
It's returning the increment function to increment it. So I'm guessing there's always got to be a some sort of action attached to that bit of state, which is odd thinking about it. I just want to display that state. So go back to the Scott component again.
Yeah.
So we should just be able to get that counter.
Yeah. We still have Grammarly, by the way, but all right. Okay, so it does know. But we've created an instance again, and maybe that might be our issue. Can't we just make another output, like a return of the count itself? Also, there's a getter here, right?
Yeah.
So that's actually what we're asking for.
Mm-hmm. Let's just, did you have the docs open still? Or have you,
I can open them again.
Let's go back to that example. Fine-grained reactivity, was it?
No, this is, universal one. Yeah, here. This is the one. Yeah, and then we could make like this. Yeah, this is what where we're at right now.
Yeah.
We import it, yes. And so it's just similar to what a store would be.
Yes. But, okay, so does it not show us how to... Look. Oh, there, it's a store. Right. So, yeah, the dollar notation. Yeah.
Oh, but...
Okay, come on.
We're not there yet, my friend. What's happening?
So, clicks, counter. Yes. Back in the component, retrieve. Yeah.
Well, that's most likely about this one then. No, it doesn't really like that also.
I'm thinking that
what we can also just do, and
we just
just
don't.
Sorry, go on.
So in the Scott component, in the component, just get rid of the. We're going to need to import it from somewhere. I'm saying get rid of that line 3.
Yeah, but maybe there's another way of exporting. Like, doesn't it have like? Is there somebody in the chat helping us? No, that's fine. So maybe this counter, it outputs a getter and an increment. Oh yeah, because that's what it outputs. So it should just work. But apparently this state is not global because it shows 0 again.
Right. Where was that example? Universal reactivity. Where's that example you found? See this example in the playground. Okay, cool. All right, so that's that. That's that. All right.
No, it's really standalone.
So
it's not sharing.
So counter. Oh.
Not much luck there, but we have tried it.
Don't know.
What we should do though, probably, maybe not go too deep in this, unless there's somebody in the chat who is happy to help us and say, hey, you missed something. Why don't we just start a new project from scratch and then we connect it to something in Hygraph? I would be pretty interested in that. And so let's maybe, you know what, you sent me this thing, so I'm just going to copy and paste that and also share my screen again.
What was it I sent you?
This.
Yeah, not that. That's just to add Tailwind to a SvelteKit project.
Oh, seriously? Oh, okay. So this is just to add Tailwind. Okay.
Yeah. That was that very specific version of Svelte add I found.
Exactly. And then the other one is this one that you sent me.
That's to initialize Houdini in a SvelteKit project too. So yeah, Svelte.
And then which one?
Create Svelte, npx create Svelte, is it? Because what do? I'll do pnpm create Svelte.
Oh, we can do pnpm.
Yeah, pnpm create space Svelte, then the name of your project. Skeleton project.
Yeah, exactly.
We
can do TypeScript, right?
Yeah, let's go with it.
This is nice.
And I just say yes to all the options, because then you don't have to add them in later.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're definitely not going to do a test here, but we will do Svelte 5 preview, right?
Yes.
That was fast.
So now if you cd into that, and then you open up code, I guess, or whichever.
Oh yeah, let's open the code, and then in the background I'll install.
And if we take a look at the package.json quickly.
Yeah. Oh, there's lots of stuff in there. Nice.
And so if you go down to Svelte, you can see we're on version 5.
Next
one. So install the latest version. So once your install script is finished, do pnpm i-d Svelte next, and it will install the latest version. It's like 130 something now, I think.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. So like this?
Yep. Svelte at next.
Just like this?
At next, sorry.
Oh, of course, yes. Let's see where we are now.
138.
Wow. Yeah, that's a few versions.
They iterate quite a lot. Cool. So we've got our skeleton project set up. So yeah, you can run.
Let's just run this and see what we get.
It's literally just a static page which says "Welcome to SvelteKit," I think.
Perfect. Cool. Okay. So that works. So what actually, because this is a Hygraph stream, right? So what I want to do is actually connect this to a Hygraph endpoint and just query something in SvelteKit just to see how do we get something from a GraphQL endpoint on the screen. And it doesn't mean we're going to have to go like super deep and build all the things out, but it's nice to see the developer experience. Where do things live and all that stuff.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's see. We're just going to grab one of my projects. You know what? We'll just grab this one. And so this has a whole bunch of stuff. Let me just open it in our new studio so it looks a little nicer.
The new studio?
I have to log in again, but sure. Oh no, that's the wrong button. Oh no. And now all my emails are on the stream. Oh my God. Totally not. Anyway, let me just look at this preview for a second. Are we in? Yes, we are. So Hygraph has its new studios in beta, and so it's much optimized. A lot.
Do you have to opt into it?
Yes, because it's still in beta. So you kind of you can try it out, and if you like it, you stay in, and otherwise you can always switch back here to classic.
I'm just looking at this, thinking, yeah, it's not the same as what I was looking at earlier.
No, exactly. This is slightly fancier.
Huh.
And so it's mainly like we have things like this, and so all this on the sidebar and stuff, and these are these components. If you have a lot of data, they lazy load in, so it's a way faster, and it's actually using Remix, which is
that an opt-in thing, or is it like only
if you go to your like homepage here, you can just switch which one you want.
Oh yeah, Hygraph Classic.
Yeah, so now we have Hygraph Extra Fancy. And so we're in here now. And so this basically, let's just grab like the homepage of something I've built. And so this has a slug and it has a title, description, lots of different components. And so there's a bunch of data here that we can actually query for and use.
Cool. So
I do have.
Do you have like pre-canned queries or?
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Otherwise, there's lots of work there. High performance. So this is our endpoint. So we can just put that in our quickly here, so we don't lose it.
Okay.
So, what is the best way to query GraphQL?
So in the example I've done with that in the past, I've just used GraphQL request, which is just a really simple wrapper.
Yeah, we have used that before. That's actually super
nice. It's really simple. You know, just chuck in. I think you need to use the GraphQL language library as well. And you can just use the GQL backticks and then chuck in your query and off you go.
But we also have the Houdini thing, right? Tell us about that.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, so, I'm going too fast.
That's fine. I heard about Houdini two years ago now, I think, and I spoke to the creator of it, and I can't think if it's always been called Houdini or it's called something else to begin with.
I know its name, but let me just open this up.
Jean-Yves Couette, and so when I got introduced to it, I don't think it was Houdini. I think him and Alex Alves have just gone, right, let's synergize and put their efforts together. So Houdini, this is all the stuff we're looking at here is based on SvelteKit v4.
Okay.
So and Svelte 4. So if you look at that example there for the plus page.svelte file, you can see that it's using the reactive declaration there, and it's just structuring info out of the data. So that data in SvelteKit, you get like a data prop passed to any page, and you can generate that with a client-side load function, or you can do it on the server as well. For most of this stuff, just do it on do it client-side. No need to do it on the server because it's a public API, so you don't need to hide anything. And that bit there you're seeing now is the plus page.gql.
That's nice.
anyone who is familiar with SvelteKit would know that you've got like several different file types. You've got the plus page, anything which is in like the roots folder of a SvelteKit project.
Yeah.
If it's got this plus notation, it means that it's special to the Svelte compiler, and it will go off and get information for that for load events, let's say. And if a page.svelte file has an accompanying plus page.ts file, it will go off and get that data, and that prop, the data from that will be passed into the page as a data prop.
Okay,
so
cool.
yeah, you've just created
it's the same name essentially, right? That's why it's connected.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's going to go off, and I mean, for this you need a it's just passing in the hard-coded ID there, but you can just put a query in that file, and when Houdini runs, it'll go off and get information, plonk it into your page in a data prop. But we haven't got Houdini installed yet, so
no, not yet. Let's do that.
Before you do that, though, let's just, if you got Git initiated on that project, just so we can see what's changed first of all. So just do Git init, I guess, and then just Git commit that.
You want me to just commit everything?
Yep.
That's what we're doing today.
Yeah, so now we'll do that Houdini init command.
Okay.
Whereas the npx Houdini @canary init.
Oh, we're like at the bleeding edge of everything now. Version 138 of Svelte.
Version number.
Yeah, and then Houdini along
2024-05. You know what? I'm not sure if that's changed from the version I was looking at earlier today. So this is going to configure Houdini, and that's the whole reason why I asked you to take the commit everything into Git so we can see what's changed.
Yeah, exactly.
If you put that in now.
Yeah, I've pasted this URL now.
Stuff for us.
So it's likely now doing some sort of introspection, right, on this GraphQL API.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice that it did that.
So
it's so fancy again.
npm install.
I love that it does this on install or an init or whatever you want to call it.
So now, if we go back to the app and we go to the
this here, you mean?
So the source control.
Oh yeah.
So you see there's 10
files. Click on this and see what the difference is.
Yeah, so you see what's changed. So we've got a GraphQL RC file, which is stuff. Is how I'm going to describe that.
We have a Houdini config, nice.
So yeah, just disclaimers. I use it as a tool. I'm not that deep into it, but this is just getting us all configured to have Houdini run. So if you go to the Svelte config file, the next one.
Yeah.
So there's actually a it uses, I thought it used the preprocessor. But it doesn't. What's going on with your comments there? Are they?
Well, because this is sorry. Let's just go here. So this is now what it finally became.
Right. So we've got Houdini as an alias there, so we can pick out stuff from Houdini.
And so we could use this is like just to import stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So what this will do in its current state, I believe it goes off and creates a store for each component. Each GraphQL query. So in your page.gql file, let's just put in some.
Well, let's make a quick query to see what we can do. Here, playground. Home. And then we probably can just grab title. Yeah, here we go. Whoa, there's lots of stuff going on here. Wait, this is where I need to be. Let's just grab a few things for now, so we have some basics.
So we've got, all right, so we're just defaulting it to home. We've got a title, description, and a slug. So I'm guessing the slug is
grab
just
one page,
slash, right? Or...
Sorry?
Okay. So now if you go to your terminal, is it running already or?
No, not yet.
Okay. So if you npm run dev.
So now it will probably introspect and look at that query and then do something.
Yeah. So if you see the output here, generating runtime, it's found one new page query.
So it wouldn't have done anything now, I guess. It's still the same.
Yeah. So we need to pick out the data prop in our page.
Exactly. So which is this one?
Yeah. So it's here.
I think we can probably just steal that from here, right? Something like this.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have these components though. So we'll just go like this first.
Just put in script tags at the top there.
Do I not have a Svelte language here?
Go to your extensions and search for Svelte.
Why is this not installed? I've used this before. Yes, nice. Okay, so we have imported the page data from Houdini now, probably, right? Because of this one.
Okay, yeah. So this is like still Svelte 4 land.
Ah, all right.
So rather than just do that for now, do you know the old pre-tag debugging thing? So you stick in a pre-tag. I'll put it in the chat. So what I usually do is stick in a pre-tag, and then yeah, there you go, that bottom one there.
I do this all the time.
And then just dump it out, and then you can see the shape of the data.
Yeah, and so this. Oh well, we just now need to just put page in, I guess.
Yeah, is
but
what the query is
already?
named?
Wait,
is that what the query is called?
It's called page.
Page. Okay, cool.
But this is coming out on, like, I wonder what, you know what? Why don't we just try this first?
Yeah, and then just give it to that for now.
This should work, right?
Let's have a look.
Oh, there it is.
Cool.
Oh,
so yeah, no, this is fine. So we can now go back to your pre-tag, and I think it's data.data. Actually, get rid of your no, it's not that. Get rid of the doc type there, and then in your script tag. So get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of that doc comment. Yep, get rid of that. And then in the script tag, after script, lang ts. No, after in the script tag.
Oh yeah,
after that's it. Yeah, lang, equals ts, and then we should get some IntelliSense now on data. So if you hover over data, do you get anything?
I should reload the window to be safe. It's up. No, it's just empty.
It's not. Okay, nice.
It really doesn't know what's coming out.
It should do. And why doesn't it?
I wonder if we should restart maybe, because potentially this hasn't run yet.
No, it did run.
Look, all the Houdini stuff is actually running even. Yeah.
Yeah, so generating runtime, unchanged one file. So
oh, and actually this was working before, because when we do just data, whatever comes out, this actually works.
Yes. So
actual information is not there.
Yeah, so we need to dig into that more.
But then there's no actual content. Not this, at least.
So it should come in as page data. So
it looks like all the information about the query is here, but whatever comes out of the query is not here.
So go back to your editor again.
Yes.
Get rid of that reactive statement.
You mean this?
Yeah. Right. Instead of export let data, just have let and then put data in some curly boys.
Yeah.
And then data equals $props, and then some.
Oh wait, it's like this, yeah.
Yep. And then parenthesis at the end there of props.
Oh, sorry, it's a function. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
It looks happier. My prettier is not working though. That's a little annoying, but it's fine.
So prettier. Prettier plugins Svelte should have been installed. Do you have a prettier?
Yeah, normally it just fixes my stuff on save, but it's not the worst in the world for now.
Okay, so we've got that. So now we can get the data, the store for that data. So let's make another variable and call it page data.
Not a const or something, or
I don't care anymore.
Exactly.
I really don't care anymore. I've started using that a lot more because it's less characters and easier to type.
Agreed. Easier to type.
Yeah, data dot, and then see what you get out of that. Nothing. Okay, let's bring in some types just so we can.
Yeah, there's something with the type. So, I'm not very happy.
So let's import a type. See if we can import a type from Houdini here. Yeah, and then I think it's
probably this, right?
Yeah, but like in Houdini, maybe it's and see what you get from there. Like page. Is there anything under page?
Oh, there's lots of stuff coming in.
Try dot slash Houdini. I think no, I don't think read only input. What was that again? Sorry, go back to that page.
There you go. Page result.
No, I don't think it's that. For Houdini, just do ./. Right, and then go back to your import and then try page data.
Oops. There we go.
Right, so now page data is, okay. Thanks, TypeScript. So on line 6 now, we try data dot. Page data.
It's not exactly happy, is it?
Page data does not exist on type. Empty. So this does not import into types.
So page data it has, but what does it think it is?
Oh, because we're not typed the prop. So on line 4.
Oh,
type the prop. So colon curly boys, because then you need to.
Oh yeah, of course.
Data is page data. So inside your curly boys there, you need to say
this.
Yeah. Right.
Now
go on page data.
There we go.
There we go. Right. So page data. Yep. And then it's a store, so we're going to need to put $1 in front of that as well in the pre-tag. So get rid of that dot.
Like this?
Yep. And then in your line 6 there, get rid of that trailing dot. Right.
Wow, this is like alien language to me, but if it works, I'm going to be happy. Look at that. Okay, can you explain what a store is in this case? Because I love that this works. I just don't know why.
Right. So let's check out the $Houdini folder in the roots there.
Yes.
Right at the top. $Houdini.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is going to be in. If we look at the types, we can find the types we've just gone and found.
There's our stuff.
This is all generated for us.
This is all generated. That's cool, though.
Yeah, and then I think, is it in GraphQL? I'm not sure if it's like pre.
Here's our page data, which is probably in GraphQL. Schema.
So documents, what's in there?
Nothing.
Okay. From my understanding from this, it'll go off, get your information, and then put all that queried information into a Svelte store for you, so that you can go off and just get that cached information as and when you need it.
They actually they cached the thing here also.
Yes, there you go.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah, I was having a poke around in this earlier. I was like, oh, okay, so it's just there.
Yeah, so this is basically like the code gen stuff that we see in other frameworks as well. It's basically, it's not really specific to a framework. It just code gen some stuff, so you get the types based on your query.
Yes. Now it was a really roundabout way there. To we had to. This is probably because of it being Svelte 5 and it not being tightly integrated into Houdini just yet. So
yeah, exactly. This could be easier, probably.
Yeah. I haven't really spoke to John Eves about this, but I'm going to guess that they're going to use the shared reactivity, which we took a look at earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
To do this, and then you can just pick it from state essentially.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not there yet with that.
You're kind of walking around a hot pile of stuff, but it kind of works though. I kind of like it. It's not too complex. You just have to get that. You just have to understand that whatever prop is given from this GraphQL result as a store to this page, if you understand that concept, this is no longer that complicated. I just never understand why you would do this.
So this is what I was trying to get my head around the other day when I was just playing around with this and just trying to get, try to use something other than GraphQL request to get the data. Now, the reason why I went down the Houdini route was because I didn't want to have to write all the types for the data coming in from GraphQL request. But obviously, there's other bits associated with that, with learning how to use a tool and
exactly all the fun stuff,
all the bits and bobs that come with that. So with what you're looking at here, I'm going to say that with just Svelte as it is, Svelte Kit 2, and using Svelte 5, if you go off and get some data, when you'd have that data coming into the page as props, you don't need to type that because the Svelte compiler does all that.
Oh, it will do it for you. That's nice.
Yes, this is what I'm saying, that we had to do this dance of finding the right type and then.
And normally you wouldn't have to do that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the Houdini gang have got lined up for this, but that seems like the logical path to do it.
It does, because they have all the information. So why not put something into a prop as a type? That actually makes a ton of sense. So for me, because I don't know SvelteKit that well, could we maybe make like a little component and then add a component on the page based on what data we have?
That's
or is that a lot of work?
Let's go to the Houdini docs and we'll try to work it out together, because I was looking at this yesterday evening, and so we've just done query, loading state. If you go back to get started again, reusing parts of a query, I think that will go into all of the using a fragment.
Exactly. That is some fun stuff.
That's like I'm going to say that's a component which is imported into that page.
I imagine, yes.
And then we're passing it the store data as the source there.
Exactly.
But actually,
here we can use the fragments. That's pretty cool, though. Let's try that.
Okay.
Whoa, we're going to the double. What's happening?
Double props. Yeah.
Okay, so wait, let's first have a look at how they do this. So we have to.
That double props is Svelte 4 hangover. And do I really understand what it is? No, I don't think so. I'll see it a lot in component libraries and stuff like that. But yeah.
Maybe let's not worry too much. It's fine. Let's have a look at what this whole thing is here, this fragment stuff. And so
again, this is used. So this is using the dollar colon there. So that's Svelte 4 reactivity. So we could pop it into a new component and that'd be fine. But if we're going to be mixing stuff around, then we'll probably bump into some issues with that. So the thing with the Houdini though is that top line there, import fragment GraphQL from Houdini. I thought you'd just be able to import a store as well. So like the page store we've got, I mean, like Nirvana for me would just be able to import that store into a component and then pick off the information you need from that store.
Yeah, if it's already existing data, at least.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem that straightforward.
Because this is basically the GraphQL function that it created for you by the code gen. You're going to have to use this now to then actually give it a fragment or something, and then you get information back. So this is a very different approach of getting data than we did before, because there's no plus page.gql now.
No, that's the thing. So you have to
a different one again.
Yeah.
Which
so this doesn't go off and load the data. Yeah, let's try that.
The thing is, look, there's also something with a page here, and then it here says sprite info, and we just created that here, I think. Is that perhaps the fragment we create? This starting to look a little complicated. Because how does it know what sprite info is? Is it using like the name sprite and the variable info and then putting it together or something? Oh, maybe this is it. It might be a type.
Don't know. Don't know is what I'm going to say.
It is how it is. We're going to learn.
And I was thinking, oh my god.
While I'm like,
let's try and adapt that to what you've got going on then. So this is for what looks like so that's a component, and then
let's just make a component, right?
So
where do I put these?
Lib components, yeah.
In there?
Yeah.
I almost typed view. Wow. Whoa. Okay, so we have 12 minutes. Let's see how far we can get. Here's gonna. Oh, maybe I'll just grab it like this.
Just see what you can get out of the Houdini import there. I mean, you got GraphQL and fragment, comma. See if you can get.
There's quite a bit.
But
these are all types, though. I think.
Is your page in there? Your page store?
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Let's see what we can get at the page store.
Yeah, without doing all this complicated stuff. Let's see what we can do with that. That's kind of cool. So what we need to do, though, is update this to get my hero component out of Hygraph. Let's just add that in. I want components.
Wait, components? What are components?
Wow. Let me, I'll query it and then I'll show you in a sec, because that's really interesting.
Is it like its own content type with multiple parts to it?
Yeah, so basically components are little models that are connected to the page schema. And so if I have a hero component, I cannot find that same component and connect it on another page, a schema instance, but it's connected to this one. So it's a lot easier in data management. So when you're a content editor, you can actually add a hero component to this schema, but this is now local to the schema. And so with that in mind, you can do fun stuff like, here, if I close it, I can just move that around. And so these are actually not linked between schemas and stuff. There's no relationship. It's just this thing is connected to this schema. So we're just going to grab this out of there now. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So components, hero. This is an interesting interface to say the least. Wow. All right, so now we just got from the components the hero with the title and description. So we can do some fun stuff there. And let's also grab the image.
What's all those empty objects?
Well, there's a bunch of other components, I think, and I'm not asking for the rest of the components. What we could do is maybe I just grab like the whole query for everything, but that's kind of big. And we don't have that much time.
9 minutes. Dum, 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 dum.
You know what? We'll keep it to this. Let's make this
no image for the hero.
All right, so now we have to rerun the Houdini thing, right? So it needs to
go to the terminal. It might just say it's rerun. I'm pretty sure it would. Oh, you can't scroll up. You're using warp.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I think it's already done it. That's why it says it's unchanged.
It probably just did it now. Yeah, exactly. So it was. Oh, it's super smart. There you go. Oh, it's not getting the stuff. Oh yeah, here. So it's grabbing the rest of the components I have on the page, but without the fields. So that's what the type name are for. And so we have the title, description, ID of that hero now here. Cool. So that we can actually give now to that component we're going to make.
Let's see. So it should be in the page store, right?
I guess so. So do I have do I do it like this?
Let's just try.
I imagine. No, you know how that works. How do I get, because it's not props. We're actually getting it from the store directly.
Yes. So get rid of that. Just get rid of that line 4. And then just try, yeah.
Now it should know.
Just put page store into data there, and then do the old pre-debug.
I don't think it's gonna understand what this is at all.
Just put $1 on page store. Yeah. Doesn't understand.
Store needs to be an object with a subscribe method on it.
Yeah, so so it should be right. Try it without the $sign then. Why is it
here?
Why is it like this?
What is it now? It's a class. Oh, maybe now it's a thing. Oh wait, we need to
import it into your
And now, do I do this component?
Do you know what I do? I very rarely do it now. I just put in the component name and then let. There you go.
Oh, this is good enough.
Yeah, it should be $lib. Yeah, I think.
Oh, probably yeah. No, there's nothing in there. But what we could do. Let's see if something comes up. Okay, so it does render. So page store is essentially nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an object basically.
Yeah. So
can you go here? Okay, so what does this do? So it's a class. So it constructs automatically, I guess. Does that mean we have to somehow make an instance of it and get something back?
Oh, .fetch, do you reckon?
There we go.
Is it .fetch? Let's try.
It's not knowing anything about it. Well, yeah, I feel like we're kind of grasping at straws here because we're not actually following anything from the docs. Just fiddling with what this thing is.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like all the DNA to do this stuff is basically here, but it just needs to come together somehow. That's what it feels like with
I've
this.
probably got Jean-Yves screaming at the screen if he's looking at this right now.
Let's see if we have any comments of people screaming. Not yet. We do have 50 people watching and not screaming, so we're doing something right. Hopefully, or they're screaming and they're like sighing and not even mentioning it. That's another thing.
They're so annoyed they can't even be bothered to comment.
The thing is, we did try like something that's basically alpha, and we have the stuff on the screen. Like honestly, with is your desk? Ah, there we go. What's happening? No, but honestly, looking at this code, I could actually probably get pretty far if I just get the information on the page.svelte and then add components and then just put props on those components, and then you can get to something, right?
That's pretty much what I did in that example I shared to you. And I was having exactly the same dance we've had with, is it typed properly? Can I get the data from this?
But
stuff like that.
Fair, today, I was working on a Next 14 project with the app directory. Same vibe. And so maybe this is just web development.
I mean,
I can tell you if you do
pretty standard day for me.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I'm still really, I mean, as you can tell, early playing about with that.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's pretty cool if you need your types. Also, if you just want to reuse parts of your queries, then however they end up on how they're going to do that.
So when do you think this will release, like properly? Or nobody knows?
Houdini?
No,
I guess they're waiting on the release candidate to happen. And to that, I'd say, I don't know.
Okay, so with that in mind, I make... sorry, go on.
I was about to say, on the Svelte 5 runes page, I think there's a little link on there to see how many tests have been run.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it says, is Svelte 5 ready yet? And then it just says no, with a list of all the tests which are still failing.
Well, the thing is, because I'm asking this, because I want to make starter kits with Svelte. Because it's super cool to make a starter kit with Svelte 5 and Hygraph, because there's a bunch of people who love using this stuff. But I guess I better wait for a release candidate, right?
I mean, the release candidate for Svelte 5 is out, but obviously we're going to have to wait for library maintainers to catch up as well.
Oh, that's the thing.
That's happening with what we were just looking at, like Canary.
Yeah,
so
it kind of worked.
Kinda.
I don't know why it worked, but it did.
So I'm sure there's a lot of work to happen on that still.
Sure.
But we were still using like the stores approach when I think like it should be going to like universal reactivity for that. I don't know. I haven't spoke to Jean-Yves in 18 months or so now. So
right. So they're just working on stuff.
Yeah, and he's the one of the sort of core contributors to it, along with Alec Arvez. And I think the person who's actually working on this Svelte 5 branch is another contributor as well. So open source is open source, it's going to happen when it happens and not before.
But it is what it is. But the thing is, if it I think we'll hold off making a Svelte, because let's say we do a Svelte 4 project now and they come out in 2 months and everything changes, it's kind of extra work. But if I do it now, because with this that we just saw, I can probably get it to work when I get a few frustrated moments. I'll be there. But then if it changes again, I burn my fingers again. So I'm not sure yet. I think I will wait a little.
Yeah, I mean, like I said towards the start, is you can use Svelte 5 in a pre-existing Svelte 4 project. It's opt-in with the runes and stuff. So you can do it in Svelte 4 to begin with, and then just gradually move over to it as you need to. But being a dev role and doing starters and stuff is That sort of stuff is usually a one and done and maintained, as and when you get time to do it, sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? We're trying to be a little bit more serious about that and making sure things are up to date and actually make more of them, because you know what we're doing as DevRels, which is super fun nowadays, is I'm actually making it more into like a serious demo repository for our salespeople and our partnership folks and stuff like that, and their starters. So if our salespeople cannot use them, then it also doesn't work. So it's a more serious thing now. And so it's nice to make it structured and to actually have it my job to keep this up to date, because I'm actually developing more than I thought, which is super fun. Anyways, we're hitting the hour here. So thank you so much for this. This might have been one of the most fun and chaotic streams we've done. And I wear that with pride. So thank you for that. That's super awesome. We literally had no idea why it didn't work or why did we not pre-install Svelte. And you know what? It doesn't mean we're not prepared. It means we're open to learning and just showing folks that it can be hard, even for people that do this all the time. Because you are literally the most Svelte expert I know, right? And you work in enterprise software with it, right? So you're literally the best person to ask for this.
With GraphQL, I don't use GraphQL on a daily, so sorry.
That's true, though. I do.
Yeah. So I'll give you the links for Better Starter.
Yes, actually, yes. Let's put that on, because this is super cool stuff.
Let's get the source code for what I cobbled together yesterday. Where's that gone?
I have it here. I'll put it in the chat.
You got this? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have it. So for the people watching, if you want to see like a super cool Svelte 5 Houdini proper project, go here. Well, that's a long URL, but it's in the chat. And then you can also look at the code base for it, where basically it shows what we just did, but it works. That's a pretty nice difference, right? It actually
I was there the other night, just hammering it into place.
Yeah, kind of like we did. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
We like hammering into place. All right. So thank you very much, Scott. So where can people find you?
SPences10 on GitHub. ScottSpence.com. Find me on there. And then most places at Spences10.
At Spences10. That's it. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Thanks, y'all.